dreams. Wildest dreams.
Well, Heidi, ho. Good morning. How are you? Ringing that bell right off the bat today. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling good today. How about you? I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. I am every day, but I got something moving through my spirit this morning. I'm Loren Michaels Harris, and here we are on the front steps of another great adventure known as Bathrobe Moments. We're streaming live, everybody. That's right, LIVE, so no cussing on the screen. You can do that Wednesday nights at Bathrobe Moments After Dark. But today, we're going out all over the airwaves to Facebook, YouTube, Roku, Android, Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and of course, from our home base, E360 TV, out in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. Hats off. Hi, Aaron. And I want to say good morning, top of the morning, to my favorite pals over at Symposium.us. You know, they're our sponsor this week, Symposium.us, where they turn your content into currency. Now, I know. How do I know? Because I've done it over 20 times myself. Get over there to Symposium.us. Check them out, then download the app at Google Play or the App Store and get started today creating additional streams of income. You know, right now, our tenuous times, it is a time where all the experts are recommending that we all look for additional streams of income. No longer do you want to keep all your eggs in one basket. And Symposium.us, they help you achieve that goal. So get over and check them out. They'll help you turn your cell phone into a payphone. Symposium.us, turning your content into currency. Make it rain. What is that bell that's new to season 4? That's right. This is the bell of purpose. When I ring it, you know what it means. It's your chance, my chance. We can all become a part of something greater than ourselves. That's when you start a watch party. That's when you invite people, share out the broadcast, or maybe even just hit the button and throw some love on the screen in the form of hearts and likes to let our guests know that you're picking up what they're laying down. That's the bell of purpose. You're going to hear it several times today, I'm sure. What am I eating this morning? A healthy banana. That's right. And as I say that, please put your hands together. Show some love for my sidekick, my best gal, Miss Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. This morning, we're sipping on some, toasted caramel. That's how Brian says it. I just say plain old toasted caramel. It's good. Hi to my great friends out there. I see Brandy Drake, Jackie Anderson. Hey, Haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. How are you? Robert Brooker can always count on you. My dear friend Annie. Annie, I found some more of your Spanish ingredients in the fridge, tomato paste that I'm going to use. When Annie was here in February for my event, she stayed here at the house and she made us the most wonderful Spanish beans and rice. And Annie, thank you. So good to see you. God bless you. Congratulations on your graduation from college. So happy for you. And the rest of you, welcome. Today, guess who's back? The aliens finally returned her. That's right. We remember everybody was asking, whatever happened to Jade Phoenix? Some one person said she got pregnant and ran off to have it. I'm kidding. Some people said that the aliens took her. Some people said she married Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but he wasn't legally divorced yet, so they had to keep it a secret. I heard so many doggone rumors. Seriously, but she sent a raven the other day, landed out on the deck, and it had a message on its leg that said, "I'm back. Can I come on the show?" So we said, of course. So you guys, I'm really excited to have her back. She used to be a regular here. Now we're gonna talk about some things today. But did you know? Did you know a little bit of stuff? Did you know 8 in 10 Americans believe in angels? I find that very encouraging, and I know those angels are working overtime during this quarantine because people are starting to show their natural born asses. A lot of people, it's true. Watch the news. So thank God for 8 in 10 Americans believing in angels. Now, Jade Phoenix is a light worker. You know, we had Dominic Rivera on not too long ago, also a light worker. She called me yesterday. What is a light worker? A light worker, one with almost psychic ability to intuit what other people are thinking, feeling, or need. Here's the best part: in order to heal. Now, see, a lot of people think light workers just pin that banner up, put their shingle out, and just do it just so they can, I don't know what people think. But don't you just love that? They have all these gifts in order to help people heal. I find that very encouraging as well. So today I want you to do me a favor. Sit down, grab your drink, and look for this. Find your happy place. Find your happy place. You know, when something's trying to get in the way, block your blessings. Find your happy place right now. We don't want you to miss a thing here today on Bathrobe Moments. So that was the first tip of the day. So here she comes. Oh, here she comes. Where you been?
Hi, Loren. First of all, let me start this off by saying I am so proud of you. And they all over here are so proud of you. They coming through to tell you.
Oh, hey, y'all. You talking about the angels and stuff?
Just your ancestors, the angels,
Oh,
everybody over here is a big celebration for you. And everyone is so proud of you, including myself. So let me give you your flowers.
thank
Because we
you.
haven't had a chance to talk. And tell your husband, give him some flowers too. Give
I
everybody
know
some
I
flowers.
will. He's
I've
up
been
in the
working
shower.
overtime right now, so it's like, of course, I had to appear. Like I did not know it's the same situation. I was just sprinkled in, like.
Yeah. Well, we're so glad to see you. It's been a minute. It's been a
Yes, it
minute.
has. Mm-hmm.
Happy 2020 and
Mm-hmm.
welcome to the pandemic. So, um,
Okay.
what did you have any forewarning? You know, I want to talk about. Let me tell you what I would like to hear us talk about today.
Okay.
We can take some stops along the way.
Okay.
But I've been waiting. Excuse me, holding these questions. I'd like us to talk and explain a little bit to the folks out there about the theory behind the 144,000, because you're familiar with that.
No.
You're not. The 144,000, the great change. I've always heard it when they speak to me, they call it the gathering. I've been
Mm-hmm.
told it's the gathering. And I believe that this pandemic has a lot to do with it because it is stopping people, setting them
Exactly.
down,
Oh my God,
making them
I'm on
still.
the same page. Oh wow. Okay. So this
Exactly.
is going. Okay.
People
Oh
think that it's meant to separate
yes,
us because
it
that's what it
is.
looks like, but it's also bringing us together. Those
Yes,
who waking
exactly,
people up. It's waking
exactly,
people up.
exactly.
So
It
I want to
depends
talk
on,
about that.
and I want to tell people, I am for the people I have hurt because it was hard learning how to walk in two different worlds because the spiritual perspective is a whole nother realm that most people do not understand. And I have to figure out how to walk between both worlds, one foot in the spiritual world, one foot in the material world. And a lot of people are just plugged in here, and that's how they control people. They
Didn't
do it by
Madonna have a
fear.
song about that?
It's
Material
in
World?
it's in songs, it's in
Oh,
movies,
wait,
it's
no.
everywhere.
No,
It's
hers was
everywhere.
Material Girl.
Oh, okay.
Madonna
Well,
got it mixed up.
she's
That was a
more.
joke, girl. It's the morning show.
I'm
Like
literal, Lauren. So
that's
why?
the okay, so it is, and I agree. It is.
Okay.
Now
So
let's
I want to say before, hold on one second, please. This coincides with the card physical touch. It is a big message right now. Like, I'm not talking to the people that are obviously sick and that are obviously going through their own medical problems. Do not listen to this. This is for healthy people that, has been exposed to it on some levels and is still out. Sorry, that was my speaker going off.
Mhm.
Or some level, they understand that they are healthy, they can go out there and be okay. We need to come together and like hug each other, give each other love and support. It is so important right now.
It is.
It's
More now than ever before. Tea leaves. I didn't know that. There's 100 tea leaves is on top of it.
people, listen, people.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me say something to our guests. I mean our viewers. We do that all the time now. They
Okay.
love to leave their comments. So I want to let them know we do see you. Tea
Okay.
leaves.
Okay.
Thank you for that. 100 tea leaves is up on it. I'm gonna tell you now. She's gonna be throwing
Hi,
up good.
tea leaves.
Yeah, I ring the bell on her quite a bit. So 144 elements in our DNA. So that has something to
Hi,
do. That
everybody.
is,
Sorry.
and my angel number is 4. So
Okay.
444 always pops up for me. You
This
remember
is the
that?
number 22 year 4.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now Annie from Philadelphia, not
I seen
Philadelphia.
you
Annie.
when I was a little girl. It's so much easier when you are a little girl. When we are little, it is so much easier. It is because we're not programmed yet.
She says, thank you. A lot of people out there throwing stuff up, you guys. So sit back. We got some questions. So, okay. So the 144, but there's 12 types of light workers. Let's get this established now. There's 12 types of light workers. Which type do you consider yourself to be?
I don't see, that's the problem. My perspective is I don't belong in a box because I am whatever someone needs me to be. It's like a chameleon. Like, I try to figure out their love language and it's some people I just don't work with, and it's usually the ones that's on a different frequency altogether. But if we're gathering together, if I'm around you, I'm going to always back down and be kind rather than just being right. Because if I'm trying to be right now, we're going to fight. So if I'm just nice,
Interesting.
if I just
I'm gonna ring
down,
the bell on that. It's so interesting. I something like that ran through my front yard this morning, but I sprayed something around my space, so it kept on going. Thank you, Jesus. Let me get my church fan. I need a little bit of air on that one. Wait a minute. So let me just put the 12 out in case somebody wants to go and look them up today, and then we're gonna ask you about your cards because I know you brought them. You always do. You guys, the 12 types of light workers that are out there are grid workers and gatekeeper. That's one. Then we have the divine light keepers, the transmuting, the healers, the seers, the divine blueprint holders. What does my handwriting say there?
I'm a seer.
Then the messengers, the manifestors, the ascension guides, the way showers, the unifiers, and there's another one that starts with an M. Manifestors. Did I say that? Yeah, manifestors, messengers.
Like the alchemists.
Yeah. Oh, dreamers and the dreamers. That's the one I couldn't read. And dreamers.
I'm definitely not the dreamer though. I know, like,
oh, that's me. All my stuff has come through dreams. All my stuff, everything behind me.
Like that. I have 2 sisters that are like, no, 3 of them sisters that are like that.
See, a lot of people, a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I put it out there is because there are people out there that may say, I'm always able to do this and always able to do this.
Everyone knows their light work at the deepest level. We all know when we have that calling. Well,
but knowing and doing something with something is totally different. So I want people to know that those things that people say, how come you can always, you might want to look into it. You might want to check into it. And you might want to start talking about it so that you can do something with it. Gifts of the Spirit are available to all. That's all I'd say about that. So find out what yours is. Start checking in with what is greater than you. It'll let you know.
Thank you, Loren, for that. Yes, that was
Mhm.
definitely worth the bell ring.
So did you bring? I'm gonna sneeze here for some reason. Okay,
I
bless
have
me.
some cards at the table, but there are actually 3 surprise cards. Okay, but right now I want to show you what God gave me. Or I'm sorry, I don't want to say that word. How
Why?
about the higher
You can
powers
say
that
God
be?
here.
It's because that label has such a heavy meaning, and it's not that deep. It's not. It's just a word. So I want to talk about the tree frog today.
Okay. Hi, Margaret. By the way, real quick, the tree frog. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
No. And it
Okay.
says soul song, meditation, creation, and rebirth. Rebirth. So it's a lot of things going on, and it really, really depends on where your mind is, how you're going to handle this shift that's happening to humanity. It's like a big wave that's going, that it's like the wave that we pushed, and now we're getting that energy back. Some people are riding on top of the wave, and some people are getting drowned. But it's a wave no matter what. It's
So are you saying the pandemic is the
absolutely.
wave?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And I told everyone when I was on the show that something major was happening. I didn't know what it was. I can't know what it is. I'm sorry. I can't know what it is, but I told people that they had to go internally. It was said so many times during our last times that we were talking. Meditation, going within, going in your basement, my jadisms.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I was getting prepared for. I was in tune with nature, so I went completely under the grid because I was preparing.
Mm-hmm.
But when the blessings happened, my harvest came in, the world crashed.
Okay, so your harvest came in. Okay, so we at your fruit stand. What you got?
Okay, so the
Because I
tree
came
frog.
with all my grocery bags. I'm ready to fill them up.
So let's see the surprise cards. I want to see what they got. And I'm using the Whispers of Love deck because I feel like we're missing a lot of love right now. And I have to represent that. It says, treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. This was the surprise card.
And it says what?
Treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. I can't make this stuff up, guys. I can't.
It is
Come
important to love
on.
others deeply, and I think a lot of people right now need to be reminded of that. People are going completely
People
out of
are being
place.
shown where they are. I'm sorry.
That's a good point.
No, it is the only point. I'm sorry. Exceeding expectations. Listen, I soar into excellence. You have to claim this stuff, you guys. Like, listen, my message, I'm sorry, it's not my message. The message through me says to you guys, we have to stop waiting for a God outside of you to give you something. Okay, if this is what you need right now, you know the Spirit is giving you a sword. You're going to either cut yourself playing games and not taking this sword seriously, or you're going to slice between reality and illusion. You're going to use it. But you are the sword is only as good as the person behind it. I'm sorry. This is what the Spirit got to say through me. Like, I don't know what other light workers are out there saying, but I'm from Chicago. I'm from the not so the not so
Girl,
best, and I don't know how to
girl,
not keep it real. But it's the Spirit's message,
girl.
but I have a unique way of interpreting it. That's the difference.
Uh,
It's the way I interpret the message and the way I say it. Okay, the sun card. Look, the sun is shining. The sun is shining. If you are in darkness, it is because you're choosing the darkness. That's because that's where your mindset is at this time. Choose to see the sun. Choose to see the lights in all situations. We have to go out there and physically touch people. Hug your loved ones. Go out there and see them. Don't let this pandemic tell you that loving your loved ones, loving people will heal them. You will give them some of your healing energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like as light workers, we're bringing light. The sun heals. You are a part of the sun. We like do not let the media lie to you about what's really going on. The agendas to separate us. If you really want to know where our real power come in, it's in numbers. The government are not real people. They are a part of this system. They are a game like the Matrix. So you have to be like the Neil and decide what pill you're going to take for your own personal journey. No
Mm.
psychic can tell you what that looks like for you because everyone chose to play a different game. It's that's I don't know how to say it more than that. I am a Tinkerbell, positivity and healing. Okay. Okay.
Good morning, Shelly
Okay,
Dale.
so we got the Three of Cups. They are saying that some of you guys are looking at the Three Cups right here, complaining when you can't even see what the spirit trying to give you. This pandemic is an illusion. However you perceive what's really going on, there's another reality where I live in that I'm vibrating with scientists that are saying that this is made up. I'm vibrating with that type of information. So I have a completely different reality.
So,
It's like what
well, I mean, I know there are people out
in
there. I
another
know that there are,
reality, there are
hold
people
on.
dying. I'm
That's what I was
here
going
to
to say. I know
I'm here
people
to
that are watching here that have lost
they're
one
both
girl.
right. You
Hold
have
on,
to
hold
choose.
on. One girl, let me just say, because I know she's watching. So, you know who you are. Don't think we're undermining what your experience is. There's a person watching who's lost 3 people in their immediate family to this
Because it's a
virus.
I
So,
want to say, I want to say to them, I am so sorry that happened. But what the problem is with my perspective is I have a higher perspective that don't always apply to every situation because I have to figure out how to understand the people that really lost people, that really lost their jobs and loved ones and people they care about. But all I'm saying is on a higher level outside of this body, this is the dream. This is not even real. Like we got to understand that people really don't die.
oh, okay.
They don't, they're not. And it's like when I say they're not dead, I sound insensitive. I sound like, like I'm not valuing people's hurt and their pain and losing their moms or kids, pets. This is a tough
It
life
is.
path I chose. It really is. So I don't okay.
So what are people supposed to do with what's happening? What is there's always
We
an
have
end goal, a moral to a story, an objective, an effect to every cause. So what do you feel people should be focusing on, concentrating on during this time? Because there has to be a reason.
I am not going to say anything. They are going to say to you, be like the tree frog right now. See, the tree frog is the one of the most unique because it's like a butterfly. It goes through these 3 phases.
Mm-hmm.
They start off as a tadpole that drops into the water. Then they're like the tadpoles for a little bit, and then they go into the land. But they are like the masters of 2 elements. You see what I'm saying? The
Yes.
tree. So people have to understand with all types of rebirth, that sound cool when you're asking for what you want. But the process of becoming the person that's in line with that blessing goes through a whole lot of shit. If you really, really want some, like we all ask for things, but some people have a hard time understanding that every journey looks different. So nobody can tell you the pain that you're going to go through in your journey to get to the other side. I can't sit here and say what that looks like for nobody. I can only tell you that there are some that take lessons a little better than
Hi, honey, you
others.
look great. Love you too.
There are some people who tend to, look, there are some people who tend to be positives, and there are some people who tend to be the negatives. I'm sorry, over here.
Mm-hmm.
They're 2 different people, and they have 2 different realities, and it's not to dismiss any reality. Because it's
So let's talk about what the overall spirit of, this whole thing is for people. I'm very encouraged by it. I have been from the beginning. My husband Brian always, he's the one, Brian, and he's, he keeps us on point as far as from a mental health standpoint. Don't take in all the news, just watch it, control what you allow in, this and the other. And he's been really dealing with not being fear-based, whereas I, on the other hand, I'm faith-based. I feel like I've been preparing for this time all my life because it directly mirrors a lot of things. Like constant change was something I always dealt with. I could, you know what I'm saying? I could get up one day and get up from one bed 1 minute and then go to bed later that night and a whole different world with different people, different smells, different sounds, different everything. And that's kind of what happened here with the pandemic. We all woke up one way and we went to bed that night a totally different way, not knowing that this world would never be the way it was when we woke up that morning ever again. So a lot of people I've heard, Jade, are comparing, they're saying, this life after this is going to, that new normal we are hearing so much about is similar to how we had to adapt after 9/11. Travel has not been the same since 9/11.
Can we acknowledge us millennials, because the millennials got set up to fail from the beginning because of bad parenting. We're the adults now, so we are in the 9/11 and this is like one of the worst things in history. It's like we were told, if you go to college, if you do the right thing, you listen to your parents, if you do these things, you are guaranteed to have X, Y, and Z happen. You know what happened? We competing with the baby boomers. So we got to get out of college and have experience. Like, we were set up to fail. We were mad at you guys. Like,
well, hold on, no. Don't, I know you guys. Hold on, hitting the bell, because it's like this. Listen, I'm 57 years old. I'll be 58 on the 4th of July. And it's like, I'm thinking, Brian, I sit up all the time going, doggone it. Damn it all. Here it is. We think we're supposed to be looking every time we go on vacation. We go to some place where we look, maybe we want to buy our beach house here. Maybe this is the place we want to retire to. We want the golden years too. We want to lay around and play shuffleboard and croquet, and sit up and wrinkle in the sun and drink mimosas and Mai Tais all day like retirees do, play some golf. But the thing about it is, we're like, well, at the rate this is going, shit, we ain't even going to be able to go outside because we're at risk for being old. So you see what I'm saying? So who should we be mad at? I look at it like this. I ain't trying to waste no time being mad at nothing. You know what I mean? I'm going to look for where it works instead of where it doesn't. That's all. Because you know what? Here's why. You're a young person. You have more life in front of you, most likely, than you have behind you.
We don't
that ain't the case with me. I know, but I'm saying, based on just,
you can't say both.
I'm just saying, no. Of course things happen.
You're not a millennial. You will never understand.
Yeah, and you ain't an old person.
Exactly.
You will understand when you get here.
Exactly. But can we just give a shout out to the millennials though? For y'all, I'm talking the karmic generation. I'm telling you, I have a new deck. The ancestors came in this new deck and said they were sorry for setting us up to fail.
Okay, well, that mean they dead already. So they apologize. They mess it up for me too.
You guys really we feel like we were set up to fail in this economy.
You guys who?
Millennials. It's a generation.
No, but you said you guys. Who put a face on it. Who is you guys?
The generation right before me, which is
watch your mouth now, youngster. Watch your mouth now. You better learn.
Can we just sum it up?
Brian, you lucky Brian gone. I make him go pick me a switch. Yeah, and a good one, a green one that ain't gonna break. I get what you're saying though. You're right. You're absolutely right. But you know what? It's not just us. But listen,
out like y'all said it was.
Okay, but you know what? Wait a minute, Jade. Hold on. Time out. But there are young kids now. I just had a special a couple weeks ago where I had kids from 4 years old to 24 years across the country. Forgotten Voices, the youth of the Corona pandemic. And they were saying things like, they're inheriting a world they didn't ask for with global warming and this and the other, which isn't just, we're not the only ones contributing. I'm saying I kind of think that this has been the kind of a thing, maybe more so for you guys, because you guys did have a shitstorm and you still are. But it's not just you too. It's the ones after you too. You guys are doing stuff.
But let me tell you, there are cracks, and I found the crack because I was following the breadcrumbs. But I had to realize coming on this show that I cannot come on here so arrogant and, say, oh, everything is working out so great for me. I just don't want to do that because so many people are hurting right now.
Okay, here's a great question for you. Darren Brewer, he a great guy. As a matter of fact, Darren's on the show Friday. Darren wants to know, how can we make the best of it? I mean, it's here. What can we do?
You have to, number one, decide right now, where do you want to see your life going? Like, what is the next best feeling for you to stop feeling so depressed or sad? Like, you have to focus somewhere else. I'm not saying lie to yourself and make yourself happy. I'm saying that there are a lot of good things that you can focus on, and it will find a way to expand from there. You just gotta.
I'm a firm believer that something great should come from everything. Mm-hmm. That everything has a number and has a place, and that and this is the thing. This is the thing. And those of you who work with me or stand with me or whatever it is, you've been around me more than 10 minutes, you're going to know this. Thank you, Shelly. She's complimenting everybody. Love my Brian. Listen, I'm like this. Every day that I wake up is an opportunity. This is how I look at it. The world has always changed. I wake up tomorrow. I'm a day older. I will never be younger, as young as I am right now, ever again. Mm-hmm. So that means that it's never going to be the way it is right now. But these opportunities, we have been groomed before we came to this earth. We chose our mission. Send me, I'll go. And when we stepped in, we got to remember to take a look at every opportunity, or you won't see it as an opportunity. If you don't see the opportunity, you can't do shit with the opportunity. So you have to get inside every opportunity, look at it from top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner. Then if you can still say, I don't understand, we can talk. But if you do that, what is greater than us? Source is going to make it plain, break it down, make it real, because when you're inside there completely with Source, that's when it all comes together, and that's the only place that it all begins to make sense. Why? Because you're in there in the heart of the ooey gooey chewy center, known as the truth, the only thing in the universe that will never change, and it is an impossibility for the truth to change on us. That's how I feel about it. Now get my church fan. Hallelujah.
Okay, let's just say tree frog because
and Jade, you know why I'm saying that? Because you know what? I want people to know. That's why you don't hear me talking. I don't focus on the doom and gloom of this thing, just like you're not. But I see the frustration. I hear the frustration. I sense it in you because you have a greater, you have that, you're like you said, you got to walk in both worlds. Right. Yes. But you know what? In a sense, we all do. Yes, some of us spend more hours on the clock there than others. Yes.
We all are first of all, we're all on a path. Okay. And no matter what, we can't compare, you know what I mean? It's no comparison because everyone's, tools are different. Strengths are different. Weaknesses are different. So our journey is so unique, just like our DNA, our thumbprint, our name, everything. So we can only get with people that resonate with us at the time. So, when we're not if we're not alike on some vibration, we're not going to even talk to certain people. We just can't. It's a law. Like attracts like. People think opposites attract. It's really like attract like, vibration.
Thank you.
Attract vibration.
That's a phrase that deceives. Words that deceive.
Radio station, whatever's on that station is going to play, good or bad. Okay, so let's get to this tree frog. Soul song, meditation, creation, and rebirth. Soul song. What is your soul song? What is your unique DNA? Only you can know that. There's no psychic preacher, anything in the world that can replace your own inner compass, inner
Mm,
self, subconscious mind, your inner God, your angels, your connection with that higher power. And if you don't go in there and if you're looking for outside forces to validate your hurt feelings, validate your betrayal, if you're looking for validation for your feelings, you may not get it until you give it to yourself first, and then it'll
exactly.
come.
Exactly. And I want to throw this in. She's Jade, you're absolutely right. I say all the time, it is important to get in connection with all of the IN words: insight, intuitiveness, instinct, internal. All the INs are the arrows that point to where it all began and where it all ends. Everything inside of you rode into this story with you, and it's going to ride out right along with you. It's all that stuff on the outside that you're going to leave behind that was either here before you, it's going to be here after you. But it's that internal things that is your internal compass that can never, if you listen to it, it will never, ever, ever, never lead you wrong because it's connected. That's what the old people call your first mind. I knew I shouldn't have. Man, if I'd have just listened to my first mind. It's when you listen to whatever comes after that, I don't care what it is, it's second. And that's why they call that second guessing. If you want to Helen Keller your ass through life, you go right on ahead. I choose to listen to the source because he says, I'm the first, the last, the all, the omnipotent, the beginning, the end, the rooter to the tutor. Give me my fan.
Okay.
Go on, Jay. So the tree frog, what if you had to use one phrase to describe what that is saying, what would it be?
One phrase for
One
those
phrase.
transformation.
Transformation. Right. And when you were talking about all the internal, that see, thank you. That's because, people will go and buy all these programs, transform your life. I coach people, but I don't coach them on transforming. I coach them on content creation, going back, remembering themselves to every moment that they've been made to live because they already have what they need in them. I'm not trying to convince them I have something they need that they don't have.
Yes.
And people go and sit in front rows of event after event, thinking that some magic dust is going to come through the ventilation system, and they're going to walk out there and everything's going to fall into place. Y'all better get with it. Let me tell you something. This world, this life, this journey is not about beating the odds. You did that the moment you hit the egg first. You beat the greatest odds known to man, 1 in 400 quadrillion, just to be alive. Now, once you got slapped on the ass and took that breath, it was a new party. It ain't about beating odds. It's about creating them. You beat the odds, the greatest odds, before you drew a breath or formed a thought. Cross that off your bucket list. You came with everything you need to leave a legendary mark in this universe. And I believe it, Jade. I'm gonna tell you, I've learned so much from you over the years about self-belief, and I'm gonna tell you, I was like, that's the devil stuff when I first came, because that's what I had learned. But I'm gonna tell you, it all started to make sense because when we go back and we remember ourselves to the original you have everything you need. We don't get to see around that corner known as the future in its fullness. When I tell people, when I work with you, God gives me glimpses into people's greatness. Some of them, what you see? I'm gonna say, well, I saw you getting in a limousine with Gail and Oprah. Oprah had on a pinstripe dress and Oprah had on whatever. No, I don't see it. Like, all I see is, man, there's an aura around you. There's a pull, because that's the law of attraction. That's us being chosen for each other through experience. So, Jade, talk about that. Talk about our responsibility to the experience. Because right now, I tell people, one of my new hashtags, and I'm probably going to write a book about it. We have two choices right now with this mask and all this stuff. You can either hide behind the mask or you can choose to thrive behind the mask. What you going to do? What you going to do?
Okay. So Okay.
Because something good getting ready to come out your mouth. I feel it.
Well, the tree frog, we're gonna go right back.
That tree frog.
Creation, rebirth. First of all, okay. If I had, since you made me sum this one card up into one word with
Right.
transformation, just understand right now more than ever, you're in the water. Choose to be a frog right now. Choose to understand the element of water, which is your emotions. Get in tune with what you are feeling, because ultimately that's what this is all about. The vibration you're put out to the universe is what it's going to respond to. If you're feeling pressured or depressed, sad for any reason,
Bring it.
however true the reason is, and however valid the reason is, the worse it is to, and how the harder it is to change. And you have to choose to transcend over it. And that's really what it is. I'm sorry for those like that want to be like, yes, it happened. Yes, it was hard. Yes, it hurt. It hurt so bad. But you came here to play this game because you knew that this was going to help you evolve. This is the dimension of emotions, mastering emotions. It's never going to not be a bad, or what people think a bad is, or what people classify as the devil. It's no devil. It's just yin and yang. It is.
Thank you.
It's the way it is.
It's the way it is.
And it's gonna never stop. There is Mother Gaia is never gonna be an eradication of destruction. It's gonna only be a balance of both of them, and depending on what side you are on is the side you're going to be on in the variation of light and dark. That is all, folks, and we just got to choose our journey and what we came here for. And one thing, and choose your cause. Like, let it be something that is in alignment with what you came here to do. If it feel good, if it's a cause that you know that you're on fire about, bam, that is the one that you chose to participate from. But don't for 1 second think you're really saving the world. Don't for 1 second really take it that seriously. You are a character in a video game that will one day wake up.
What's that thing they're trying? You know, this word, I can't even remember it. I try to, and it's the word on the tip of a lot of people's tongues nowadays. The virus. They're trying to create a what? That you can get. What's that shot called that you can get that'll make the vaccine? See, I can't even remember the word. Because you know why? Because Spirit told me all along, if I'm fear-based, I will rely on the creation of a vaccine. If I'm faith-based, that in and of itself is my vaccine. I'm not stepping out afraid of my own shadow.
Shout out to Jason Cisneros. Shout out to Jason Cisneros. He is out there really being like a warrior, and I respect you so much, Jason. Like,
what's that mean? Really now, where'd that come from?
I'm sorry. Like, he is out there fighting that war of like people freedoms of speech is like what they're trying to take on the other side of this coronavirus. Like, on the other flip side, the real agenda, he's speaking out about that, and I appreciate that. Because we need voices about what's really going on behind the scenes of the coronavirus.
Well, and the thing about it is, I'm like this, because we had a guy on the show that works for the Pentagon a couple of weeks ago. 90% of what he told me off camera, he couldn't even utter. I have a special coming up with 5 corona nurses from around the country. And right now I have to meet with them and their attorneys through their health providers about what they can talk about and what they can't. So I'm going to tell y'all this from where I sit, for real, because I don't know. I mean, everybody say they think they know this and other, and it's all these different things. But the thing is, I want to know, it is a very real thing, and everybody has an agenda. If it's about opening up a community, that's commerce. You know, people are going to look, we can't keep losing money. The economy, they're giving us checks. It's got to be paid back somewhere. It's all these different things. You know, Dr. Fucci is on quarantine right now, and the valet, you know, tested positive. It keeps changing what is real to people. But you know what? I'm going to go right back to the very beginning. I don't care what soapbox they're standing on. It's a chance, it's a choice, it's an opportunity for people to tie in and feel inside them what is right and what doesn't feel right. And that's okay. And that's what I think you're getting at with what people like Jason are doing. However, it isn't always what you say, but it's the manner in which you say it. And just because you know what you know does not negate or X out what somebody else knows.
Of course not. This is all. But see, I hold a spiritual perspective, and again, walking in both worlds. I came here saying yes. Whatever we put our energy to, see, this is why it's important to gather with like-minded individuals, because there's never going to be a right or a wrong.
Well, I'm gonna say this. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I love Jason, but you know what? I'm gonna just keep it real. Jason, I ain't got nothing to say about some of that stuff at the beginning, encouraging people at the beginning of this thing. Don't listen to what they say and get out there and fly. And look, I'm going all the places. This is the best time to fly. Things are cheap. I'm not doing that, because I got people in my world that I love that are high risk. I have people in my world that I love that have died from this thing. And you know what? I'm saying, you know what? Use your head.
Okay, Loren, but listen, you have to, but it only comes down to two things: love or fear. It really does.
But the thing about it is, when you tell people to go do things before it's been proven or warranted, it's not about what they're doing. It's about where they're taking wherever they've been. They can take something they picked up, and maybe they are, but that's all the young healthy ones talking that. They're the ones.
Exactly.
But then they take it to grandmama's house, Jade.
But I said, I'm sure when we're saying certain things, we are not talking about the sick. Please understand that if you know you have a health condition, this does not pertain to you. I said this at the beginning.
Okay, but
so I'm talking about healthy people.
So then that's what I'm saying. So I'm like this, when I put something out there about somebody and I want people, because let me say this, and then I'm done with it.
Okay.
I don't care what anybody says. Anybody in this universe that has asked what is greater than them for the ultimate gift, which is access to the hearts and minds of fellow human beings, you better treat it as if it were your next breath. You don't say anything from an ego base. You don't say anything that you have not been told, shown all of the proof from top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, corner to corner, corner to corner. Because access, a man years ago.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How, okay, in logic, do you think those same rules apply in the spiritual realm? Do you really like all this upside to, like, do you think all of that applies to the spiritual realm?
Yes. Because you know why? No.
You're never going to have enough evidence.
Listen.
I just want to say this 1 second.
Hold on. Let me answer your question. Evidence. What I said, what do you think this means? Top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side. That is the truth, which is a blanket over everything.
See, that's what truth is, a perspective. There is no truth. There are
I'm sorry, I can't go with that, because I believe you let the word God come out of your mouth, Dave. You said God earlier. How you say there's no truth and still say the word God? God is the truth.
Everything is God.
And God is the truth.
Everything is then. So there's only perspectives of that.
So how can there not be any truth?
Because it's your perspective.
Let me tell you something. No, it ain't. Thank God it ain't my perspective. That's the same reason I'm going to tell you this. That's what's wrong with a lot of people. That's why a lot of people, that's why a lot of people pray for faith. Because they think that way.
Well, okay, so what's
linear?
The right faith?
Linear. You can't pray for faith. So if you got to pray for faith, it means you don't have it.
Okay.
You gotta pray for source to lead you to your faith. That's what faith is. Proof of something you cannot see.
Loren, all I'm saying is, in the spiritual world, those same rules don't apply, and they just don't. And no matter how much you try to say it, just don't.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. I ain't never gonna budge on that. Seriously. Because I'm gonna tell you, I know what I've been told, Jade,
since I was. So don't disprove what I'm saying, that there's more than one truth. That you have a right to believe what you believe, and I have a right. Isn't that proving my overall point?
You just said it wasn't no truth.
I'm saying there's a bunch of subjective truths depending on who you are as a person.
If that were the
Everybody's
case,
truth is different.
let me ask you this. No, I ain't even gonna
Oh,
ask. I'm just gonna say it. If that were the truth, in my opinion, no pun intended, there would be no yin or yang. Because where you have a hot, you also have a cold.
So
where
aren't
you
they
have a
both
black,
right?
you also have a white.
So
where
we're
you
saying
have
the same
lightness,
thing.
you also have darkness. So where you have truth, you gotta have fiction. Ringing the bell.
But whose is truth and what is fiction?
Source is truth, and everything other that ain't truth. That's why you can't bend the truth.
See, you
Because the minute you
defending it
change
so
it,
hard.
it is no longer the truth. It ain't
But-
no such thing as shades of it. Let me
All
tell
I'm
you
saying,
something.
people, is
Gifts-
everybody have a right to believe what they want to believe.
They've always had a right. They had a right in heaven, and third of them got kicked out.
So, but it's when people think one person is right or wrong, is when the war comes in, it's when the chaos, and I'm just a different breed, Loren.
And that's okay.
And I can't help it. And you feel very
Oh, you can help it.
Can you help change it? Okay, then you change. Let me tell you to change. Can you do it, Loren?
Yeah.
Snap up and be what I
Of course
want
I
to be,
can.
Make me feel better.
If I
can't
couldn't
snap
change,
and
I'd still be a
this
drug
because it
addict.
would make you feel better.
If I couldn't change,
Loren.
I'd still be in jail. If I couldn't change, I would still be angry at source. If I couldn't change, I couldn't have forgiven
That wasn't
all
even
the
what we were
things that
talking about,
I
Loren.
held for decades.
That wasn't even what we were talking about.
No, you said I can't change.
No, I'm not saying that you can't change that. I'm saying right now, can you change what you believe to be true? No, you can't.
Nor would I ever want to. But here's the difference. But wait a minute. I got an answer for this one. Let me tell you something. When I say to people, I know this to be true. You know what it means? You could get a Black & Decker wood saw and threaten to cut my head clean off if I don't recant what I just said. I'll just be a headless man. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I don't automatically put things on my spiritual hard drive. I'll carry it around on a thumb drive until I have looked at it from top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner. And when what is greater than me says, put it, download it, I'll download it, and it's never going to change because the truth ain't never going to change. That's how I do it. I'm telling you what I know to be true. But
that will not work for somebody
Let me tell you what. Let me tell you something.
They don't have that same tool. They don't have that tool.
All I'm going to say is this. Let me tell you something. Seriously, Jay. We could go around and around and around, and people. One thing I love about this.
One time, please, I really listen. Like, all I'm saying is the person, like now, yes, me and you. I feel like, yes, I'm just speaking for the underdog. That's all. I'm playing the underdog's advocate. I'm like the underdog lawyer who don't have those same tools to do what we do so effortlessly. We happen to be both.
Source is available to all.
Yes, but it's not the same truth because everybody is not equipped with the same. So for example, it's some people that say you're going to go to hell because you're gay, and they really believe that. They really believe that about you, that because you don't love a woman, that you're going to burn in hell, and that that you're crazy for even thinking that you have a chance to get in hell. I mean, in heaven. Okay, and and how about those people? You still feel like they're right because that's who the Bible said, God says, because the Bible say that about you.
Wait a minute though. A person feeling they're right
and
truth are two totally different things.
I just told you that was strictly from spirit. I'm just giving you a perspective. It is people that believe exactly what the Bible say, and you're living directly.
That's literal thinking. Yes, linear, literal. I get it. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. No, you haven't been agreeing with me this whole time.
I'm not agreeing with some of the things in the way you're coming at it. That's all. And I have that right. Let me say something to you. Let me say something to you because it's like this. Because it's like this. Because it's like this. It doesn't mean that it's not right for you, but I can't let it come. Let me tell you something. I have been defending this territory known as my space for as long as I can remember, decades. I know those things that wanted nothing more than my existence to be uprooted. I remember when Source reached into my world, took my hand, and wrote something on a board, my instructions about how to protect my territory. And I will never, I tell people this, I've told people on in interviews this. Let me tell you something, lady, a journalist I did. I said, you can cut off my arms and legs, gouge out my eyes, sew my mouth shut, put me inside of a trunk and wrap it with 5,000 tons of chain and drop me 20,000 leagues under the sea. And you can have every superpower ever written about. And you will never change how I feel about what I know to be true, period. And I mean that. And that's the only thing I'm saying. I wish if everybody could find that thing, that ooey gooey chewy center inside them. But see, Jay, what I don't get, what I don't like is that people won't look to themselves before they start looking outside. Because that's when it's, well, maybe over here. Is it over here? And then there's those forces out there. As soon as the person is looking towards the right way, they go, what's that? And the people go, what? And it's all inside. And I just don't. Go ahead. I mean, I love you. Why do you think I have you on here? But
Loren, I'm just like, I just want to fix it. Like, I just want, because at the end of the day, I am in a crossroad where I see both perspectives.
Right.
I see both perspectives, and it's like, and I'm really only fighting for the underdog and people who don't have a voice. And it's really not even my truth that I'm even talking about. It's not my
question
truth.
For you. Tea Leaves wants to know, but the Bible isn't everyone's truth, though.
I'm not here to say that, because some people will argue up and down about you being crazy, and you cannot tell them different. And that's all I'm trying to say.
And they say that about, I say that at the beginning. They say that about light workers.
I'm
so
just saying.
You see Annie signed off.
Everybody is important to how it operates. And whatever we put, and every individual put into this bigger thing, this bigger energy, and we created as a whole, as a human species, we created a wave, and some people are just on top of it.
True.
That's really the only thing I'm here to say ultimately, because I know we're running out of time.
Yeah,
I am.
This was a good one. But I just want to say, there was a person on here. She's a fundamentalist Christian. And, I've had her on the show before, and I had to limit her. Don't come on here with a hatchet in one hand and a Bible in the other, telling everybody
and that's her truth.
And that's her truth. And she signed off because she said, I can't receive this content. Sorry. And I didn't, I don't think anything less of her. That is her choice. Just like it is your choice and it's my choice to have you on here. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be back again if you want to come. But what I'm saying to people, I don't care what your choice is, just choose. Don't be lukewarm. We are warned about being lukewarm from everything in the world. If it's Confucius says, Indian folklore, if it's a farmer's almanac, it says, don't put one foot on both sides of the fence and piss down the middle. Lukewarm. Don't be lukewarm. Don't this. We're always warned about just being in the middle. Choose. If never before in your life, now is the time to choose, because you only have two, the one you make and the one you don't. Man. Just choose, right? Can we agree on that we all need to choose?
Yes. And can I say this? I want to say, because I want to clean this up with love. Thank you so much, Loren, for having me on your show. This was amazing. This was passion. This was love. This is what real love looks like. It's not fluffy and rose petals all the time.
I agree.
This is love, and everybody has differences, and we're here to say, yes, we have differences. We get our points across, we talk, but we love each other. We come together, and you do at the end of the day what's right for yourself, so that you can shine light wherever you go. Even if you're not doing nothing, your presence will bring somebody just some upliftment. Yeah. Just you being around them with your happiness. The greatest gift you can bring to another human being is your happiness.
Amen. You guys get some hearts on the screen. This was a good one. Y'all gonna go around and talk about this. I bet you this is shared a lot. And that's what it's about, because now is the time. This quarantine ain't stopping nothing. It is igniting everything if you choose to. And that's all we're doing,
It's a
Getting
new beginning. It's a new beginning. Trust me, it's a new beginning. It's like a fire coming to cleanse out a lot of the stuff that can't go to the other side with you. You're gonna burn unless you just move. If you move before the fire, you never had to experience the fire. Okay, you will never have to experience the fire if you just move.
See, there it is. And you guys, you know what? I choose today to say thank you, pandemic, because you know what?
Thank you.
Because of all those things, you know, I blame you for us having this conversation. I am reinventing blame. There is no mistake. There are no mistakes in this universe, only miracles and blessings that are in the making. Don't forget that, people. Don't let the negativity put its foot on your neck. Get up. Get up and get up again. That's why this is happening. It's time to wake up, people, and it's time to stay up. And then, and only then, can we show up. Thank you, Jade.
Yes. Thank you,
Get you
Loren.
again, okay?
Thank you, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate you. I love you. Go out there and talk to your loved ones, please. Get out there and love people that are healthy and well. Love them. Be around us, and let's gather together.
Right. Share this out, won't you? You guys, thank you so much. Join me tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. when we've got some teenagers from Texas area that are going to come in and talk about how they feel the pandemic is affecting their future as well as their current lifestyle, college kids. So join us here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Jade Phoenix, always a pleasure. Thank you. God bless you in all you're doing. We'll see you real soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
He was like, he keeps cutting her off. But I let him make a fool.
You know we
out
can
of
hear
himself.
you, right?
Huh?
You know we can hear you. We're still live.
Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.